Whenever we talk about foldable smartphones, the first company which comes in our mind is Samsung, because Samsung was among the few companies which started making practically possible foldable phones, but there is another company which made foldable phones even before Samsung, and it is Huawei. Although the thing is, due to the ban on Huawei phones, they didn't get much recognition globally, especially if we compare it to the Samsung phones. But I bet you guys would be surprised to hear this amazing news. Well, the thing is, Huawei, the Chinese tech giant, sold the most foldable smartphones globally in the first quarter of this year, like from January to March, than Samsung. I know this is pretty crazy, right? Well, this is a pretty shocking revolution considering how insignificant Huawei sales have been in the most parts of the world for the past few years, ever since the US government decided to cut its access to the Google services. Most people think about Samsung when asked about foldable phones, but despite that, Samsung only managed to hit the number 2 spot in the same period of the time. What's more interesting is that Samsung sales of the foldables dropped by whopping 42% compared to the Q1 of the 2023, and Huawei suddenly became the new king of the foldable phone sales globally, and it successfully dethroned Samsung. Here you can see Huawei's sales growth increased by whopping 257%, and obviously most of the Huawei's foldable smartphones sold in China, which surged for the company after the introduction of the Huawei Mate X5 last year. Well, the long overdue jump to the 5G connectivity seems to have played a significant part in attracting Chinese consumers interested in Huawei's foldables, because before the Huawei Mate X5, Huawei doesn't have 5G. Anyway, Honor is at the number 3 in the shipments with 460% growth, but the most impressive growth came from Motorola, which managed to sell 1473% more foldable phones in Q1 of this year compared to the Q1 of the 2023. Overall, foldable devices sales grew 49% year over year. Honor and Motorola's growth primarily came from the outside of the China, in contrast to Huawei. Honor's market share is now 12% in the foldable space, up from 3% a year ago. The Honor Magic V2 became the most shipped foldable phones in Western Europe in the Q1 of the 2024. And on the other hand, Motorola's global market share in foldable phones is now 11% thanks to the strong performance from the Razr series in the North America. But the thing is, Huawei successfully managed to get the first spot in the foldable smartphone market, but at the same time, I would say things may flip back later this year once Samsung releases the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. Although Huawei is also planning to launch a cheaper Clamshell style foldable phone too, while Xiaomi and Honor will release their first flips really soon. So what do you think about Huawei's comeback in the foldable smartphone market? Well, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section below, and as always, the story continues, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.